Welcome to Cora's World! Today we're going to draw a polar bear.
We're going to learn how to draw a polar bear in 3 simple steps with artist and illustrator Sarah Nelson. I'm your host, Cora Nielsen, and this is Cora's World, a kids' talk show where we play games, make crafts, and talk with special guests. This week's guest is Sarah Nelson, an amazing artist who recently returned from the Arctic, where she spent 30 days on a boat making art and talking to polar bears. Later in this video, I'll be sharing my 3 favorite drawing resources for kids. It's all happening right now on Cora's World.
Cora's World, it's called Cora's World, and we're here in Cora's World.
So when I was in the Arctic, I actually got to see polar bears in the wild. I saw 6 different ones, and they're really, really complicated to draw. Anything that has 4 legs, hard. So I created a version that's a little more fun to draw, and it is this iconic image of this polar bear just waving. Hi. We're gonna draw that. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we do it burger style or hot dog?
We're gonna go hot dog? What's hot dog?
This way.
Okay, cool. We're going hot dog style. And when I look at this polar bear, I'm like, okay, well, actually, it's like a half circle. So I'm going to draw this half circle head. And I'm going to leave these little gaps on the side of the head. It's 3 lines, 3 slightly curved lines that we're starting with. Perfect. And then we're going to add these ears, which are another series of half circles just at the side of the head. And then we're going to add 2 lines in the middle. Yeah, it does kind of look like Shrek. Okay, so now we have this head. And then I'm going to add this like half circle here. Just a little bit below the head.
Okay.
Perfect. And then I'm going to do this like kind of like hamburger style hand. And then another little half circle. Looks very muscly. Yep. And then we're going to just add the little like paw marks. And another line beneath. And then on this side, we're going to add a line that just goes like that. Off to the side. Another one that kind of curves in. Because he's holding his tummy. And then a half circle for that paw. And then we're just going to add this little dashed line right there. And then a line for the belly. Perfect. Okay, now let's work on the face. I like to do these little tiny beady eyes. Just little outlined eyes because I think they're cute. And then we're going to do this square nose. And I'm going to put a line just a little below that top line. And I'm going to color it in. And then we'll do like a little dash. And then for the mouth, this is kind of important. We're going to do like an upside down tiny bird off in the distance. Yes, perfect. And then give him a little chin. And if you really want to get fancy, you can give him little rosy cheeks. And we have our smiling bear. Good guys. Oh, you are leveling up. You gave him a bow. Okay, now we're going to add some color. And polar bears are really unique because they're white bears, but they also have this yellow hue to them. So we're going to use this very, very light
Peachy color.
It's actually a yellow color. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in places that I personally, from experience of looking a lot at polar bears online and also in real life, I'm going to put it where I know that it is. So I'm going to put it where the shadows are. Just like little lines. Okay, so you can see I put them around the outline, not much at the head, and not much on this side because I'm pretending that the sun is on this side, and I'm using the brush part of the marker. Yeah, look at that. That looks so good. Okay, and then I'm going to use this really light gray, and I'm going to just add a little bit more in between the paws. Underneath the eyes, just barely. Underneath the nose, just barely. Not adding a lot of color because I'm letting the white of the paper do its work. Look at that! Okay, cool. So then if we want to level it up just one more time, I'm getting too excited. We're gonna add just one more darker gray color. Usually I'd just add like a little bit of darkness to just emphasize some of these darker areas. And if you then want to like go over it again.
I can't open it.
Do you want help?
There we go. He's a dark, evil bear.
Wow. Evil. I like the avant-garde.
It has patterns. It's my choice of my bear. Okay.
I love it. So yes, you have 2 bears now. Now you know how to draw a bear. A polar bear, specifically.
Isn't that a pleasure? Okay, so now, as promised, here are my 4 favorite kid-friendly art resources. First up, Art for Kids Hub. Hubba. I'm funny. I watched their channel when I was a little kid, and sometimes I still do. They do drawings step by step, and I think that's kind of cool. And they're really fun, and the kids are involved. Rule! I'm a kid, and kids are better than any adults because they're boring. So, kids, if you're watching this, you rule. Subscribe and ring that notification bell and leave a like in the comments. Yeah. Next is Canva, which has a free option with tons and tons of images and graphics you can use. Oh my gosh. I love designing my own iPad desktop and lock screen with Canva. It's so fun. I'll put a link in the description for all these resources. Número 3. Fresco and Procreate are my go-to apps on my iPad. Either on my finger, or on my pinky, or on my ring finger. Not that one. You know which finger I'm talking about. Or you could use an Apple Pencil if you have one. I personally do because I have a hard time drawing with my finger. Both of them are free and there's no ads. Procreate is actually $10. Lastly, there's Skillshare, which has a ton of amazing online classes, including classes by Sarah Nelson. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you next time. I'll have the Sarah Nelson video in the description. Bye! There will be bloopers at the end, so stick around for more. The reading, I'm not reading any other book.
Okay, that's fine.
The
The interview thing, right? Oh, I gotta turn this. View thing, right? Oh, I gotta turn this. You could say something.
Just let me do my thing.
I know, but you could
Dana.
encourage.
I farted. Delete that. Okay. Burp. Burp, burp, burp. World, yes.